When it comes to the most miserable fan bases in all of sports, there are not too many that have it worse than the New York Jets. I mean, holy hell, man. If you're a Jets fan, you've spent your entire life in misery. Let's see, just off the top of my head, you've had to watch Tom Brady and the Patriots run your division for 18 years, and during that span, you had to watch the team you share a stadium with win 2 Super Bowls, beating the Patriots in both of them. Then when Brady left to go to Tampa, you had to watch another division rival, Josh Allen and the Bills, run your division, and they've been doing that with ease this entire decade. If you're a suffering Jets fan, you better hope you're a Yankees or Mets fan, because those are the only New York teams that are going to give you any success. Yes, only the Yankees and the Mets. The Knicks had their fluke playoff run ended by Halliburton and the Pacers. I can confidently say they will not get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. As of right now, the Jets don't look like they're going to be competing to take the division from Buffalo this season, or even make the playoffs. The Aaron Rodgers experiment was a disaster. We'll see what Justin Fields can cook up, but right now, I've got them competing with the Patriots for last place in the AFC East. But what if I told you there was a time where the New York Jets were a genuine threat to the throne of the AFC and came just 1 game away from reaching the Super Bowl? Twice. Let's revisit the back-to-back years that the New York Jets, led by Mark Sanchez, caused havoc in the AFC playoffs and almost got to the Super Bowl. The New York Jets from 2005 to 2008 went 27-37. With only 1 playoff appearance. And in that playoff appearance, they traveled to Foxborough and got it handed to them by the Patriots. After 2008, head coach Eric Mangini was fired, and the Jets went out and made, honestly, a pretty damn good hire. On January 19th, 2009, Rex Ryan accepted an offer to become the next head coach of the New York Jets. From 1999 to 2008, Ryan served on the defensive staff of the Baltimore Ravens. And dear Lord, if you don't know about the 2000s Ravens defense, these dudes were freaking scary. This was the Ray Lewis-led defense, and they were so good that they carried Trent Dilfer to winning the Super Bowl in 2000. Ryan served as the D-line coach from 1999 to 2004 and was promoted to DC in 05 and held that position until 2008. Under Ryan as DC, the Ravens never ranked lower than 6th in total defense. Throughout the 2000s, the Ravens were one of the most feared defensive units in the league. And in Ryan's last outing with Baltimore in 2008 as defensive coordinator, he and his Ravens came up just short in the AFC Championship against the eventual Super Bowl champs, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Jets have hired a guy who has been winning consistently as a coordinator for an entire decade, has a Super Bowl win, and is coming off a pretty brutal conference championship loss, who was starving to get back to that stage and come out with a win this time. Going into 2009, the Jets just straight up didn't have a quarterback. Get ready for a jump scare coming up. Here is Brett Favre in a Jets uniform. Yep, Brett Favre was the Jets quarterback for 1 season in 2008. What is it with Packers quarterbacks having a short stint with the Jets? If you're a Jets fan, get ready for Jordan Love to be your quarterback. With Favre being on the fence about retirement and just being really old, the Jets released him and were in need of a quarterback. Outside of Matthew Stafford, who would go on to be selected #1 overall by the Lions, the 2009 quarterback draft class was pretty weak. But there was one who had been drawing some serious interest out of a lot of teams with top picks in the draft. The man, the myth, the legend, Mark Sanchez. Sanchez out of USC had only started the 2008 season, but he put up solid numbers and led the Trojans to a 12-1 record and a Rose Bowl victory. Ryan and Jets GM Mike Tannenbaum saw the vision with Sanchez and decided to trade up to the 5th pick in the draft and get their quarterback. The Jets were a team that, honestly, was pretty unpredictable in the 2009 offseason. A completely new system, a new quarterback, but a very promising defense. And that defense absolutely lived up to the hype. Ryan carried over his defensive philosophy that he had at Baltimore, and the Jets finished the regular season #1 in total defense, only allowing 236 points and 8 passing touchdowns. Yep, when you've got prime Darrelle Revis matched up against your top receiver every game, you're not going to have too much luck through the air. The Jets started off 3-0, including a Week 2 win over the Patriots, where Revis held Randy Moss to 4 catches for 24 yards. To put that in perspective, Moss racked in 14 catches for 141 yards the week before. During the 3-0 start, Sanchez was playing pretty damn good, winning Rookie of the Week all 3 games. But after that, he was about to hit a rookie slump. The Jets went on to lose 6 of their next 7 games, with Sanchez being an interception machine. This dude threw 5 picks against the Bills, who had one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Most of the Jets' offensive production came on the ground. That's what having 3 Pro Bowlers on your offensive line will do to your running game. So after going 1-6 in the last 7 games, the Jets sat at 4-6 by the time Week 12 rolled around. I don't know what woke up in this team, but they got pissed off, especially the defense. Rex Ryan went back into full Ravens mode, and his defense only gave up an average of 8 points a game the rest of the season. New York went 5-1 after that midseason slump and stumbled into the playoffs with a 9-7 record. The Jets traveled to Cincinnati for the AFC wildcard round. The Bengals scored on their opening drive, and looking to respond, Sanchez is going to throw up an absolute dime, and it is dropped. What a beautiful pass from Sanchez. Very impressive from a rookie in a road playoff game. Next possession, another rookie, Sean Green, is going to take this toss to the house to even it up. How about these young dogs, man? A rookie quarterback, a rookie running back, and a rookie head coach, all in their first playoff game. Cincinnati gets the ball back. Palmer's going to look downfield, and that is picked off. Darrelle Revis on Ocho Cinco. What a matchup this is, man. One of the best corners of all time against one of the best receivers of all time. Revis straight up says, "Give me that." Sanchez is going to continue making impressive downfield throws. And this time, his receiver's actually going to catch the ball. And the Jets are going to take the lead going into halftime. Shout out Dustin Keller. Cincinnati's going to drive down the field on its first second-half possession into field goal range, and that is wide left. Next Jets drive, Braylon Edwards is going to make up for the drop touchdown in the first quarter and pick up a first down. First and goal, this time it's going to be Thomas Jones punching it in for New York. Jets sitting with a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth. Next possession for the Bengals, Cedric Benson, may God rest his soul, is going to take this one to the house untouched. Sanchez is yet to throw a pick in this game, and that is not going to change on this next drive. He's going to drive the Jets inside the 5 for an easy field goal to go up by 2 possessions. Bengals drive down next possession, and once again, another chip shot is missed by Shane Graham. That's the dagger, and up next for New York in the divisional round is the San Diego Chargers, led by Phillip Rivers, Darren Sproles, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Antonio Gates. The Chargers are going to drive down here, and you won't believe it, he misses it. What voodoo magic did the Jets place before the playoffs on these opposing kickers, man? They can't hit anything. Second quarter here, Rivers is going to find Gates, and how in the world did he catch that? That's going to set up an easy touchdown, and the Chargers are going to go up by 7. The Jets' offense has not been able to do anything, but the Chargers have also been slowed down, only scoring once in the first half. San Diego's going to attempt a field goal right before the half, and what do you know? He misses it. Defense has kept New York in it, but the offense has got to do something. Third down here, and Keller is going to be just short of the first down, and Rex decides to take the points. Next drive for the Jets, and Sanchez makes a terrible decision and throws it into triple coverage. That's probably just the nerves of a rookie trying to force something that doesn't need to be forced. San Diego's got it, and Rivers is going to heave it, and it is picked off by Revis. What a heads-up play to keep his eye on the ball before it hit the ground. Chargers with the ball back, and what in the world was that, Rivers? That had to be a case where the receiver ran the wrong route, because that was absolutely horrific by Rivers. Jets set up with great field position. Sanchez is going to roll out and find Dustin Keller, touchdown, and the New York Jets have taken the lead in the fourth quarter. Ryan's going to call a corner blitz on 3rd and long, and Rivers is going down. What a play call. Next drive, Green's going to get the handoff and sit down. He is taking this one to the house. Another touchdown in the fourth quarter for the Jets. San Diego is not going to go away yet, however. The Chargers are going to send the field goal unit out, and that is now 5 missed field goals in a row in the playoffs by these opposing kickers. Kickers playing the 2009 Jets in the playoffs are just cursed. There's straight up no other explanation. The Chargers are going to get the ball back and score, but there's not much time left, and they've only got 1 timeout. The onside kick is going to be recovered by the Jets, and they've got a chance to ice the game. 4th and 1 yard away from the AFC Championship. It's going to be a handoff to Thomas Jones, and say it with me, the New York Jets are headed to the AFC Championship. It took a little bit of luck, but nonetheless, the Jets are going to travel to Indianapolis to face Peyton Manning's Colts for a spot in the Super Bowl. After forcing a 3-and-out to start the game, Sanchez and the Jets offense are going to move the ball, but it looks like the pattern of missed field goals is finally going to haunt the Jets themselves, as Feely is going to miss this one to the right. Trailing by 3 in the second quarter, Sanchez is going to heave it downfield, and Braylon Edwards is wide open. He's going to come down with it to the house. Touchdown, New York. Manning has got the Colts passing attack rolling on the next drive, and they're going to drive all the way down to the half-yard line to set up 3rd and goal. Manning's going to try to sneak it in. The Jets are not having it. A little trickeration here for the Jets. Brad Smith and the Wildcat. He's going to heave it deep, and he's going to connect downfield with Cotchery. And wow, the Jets are here to play. 3rd down here, and Sanchez looking to throw, and he is going to connect with his favorite target. Jets go up 14-6. Next possession for Indianapolis, and that is a fumble. And the Jets are set up to extend the lead. They're going to do that with Feely kicking a field goal, and this time it is good. The New York Jets lead by 11. That lead is unfortunately not going to last too long, as Manning is going to dice up the Jets secondary in a 2-minute drive. Opening drive of the second half for the Jets, and Feely is going to miss again. I guess the kicker's curse wasn't just for the opposing kickers. And this was unfortunately the beginning of the end for the Jets. Manning just could not stop bullying this Jets defense. No matter what schemes Rex drew up for the secondary, nothing was working. And asking a rookie quarterback to win his 3rd playoff road game in a row, that's just tough, man. The Colts imposed their will on the Jets offense, and Sanchez and the boys just couldn't put any more points on the board. The final score was 30-17 in favor of Indianapolis, and the magical run for the Jets has come to an end. But they've got nothing to hang their head on. This team absolutely overachieved. And going on the road in the playoffs every game and winning 2 of them, very impressive. And that was all with a rookie quarterback. The Jets had a lot to build on and look forward to going into 2010. And my God, did they take full advantage of it. The New York Jets started the 2010 season 9-2, with one of their losses being only by 1 point to the Ravens in Week 1. 5 of those 9 wins were won by 1 possession, 2 of those being overtime wins. These dudes just knew how to freaking win, man. Another team that knew how to win, though, was the New England Patriots. They also had a 9-2 record when Week 13 rolled around, and the Jets were set to travel to Foxborough to go for the sweep against the Patriots. Yep, that's right. New York won the Week 2 matchup. But this time around, Tom Brady was not playing any games and went absolutely nuclear. 326 yards, 4 touchdowns. Brady went on to win MVP this year, and this really was the first time Rex Ryan's defense at New York just got bullied. And Mark Sanchez, oh God, 17 for 33, 164 yards, 3 picks. Jets defense was able to get a breather the next week against the Dolphins, but Sanchez played probably the worst game of his career up to this point. How do you go 17 for 44, man? The Jets outgained the Dolphins 280 to 131, but still lost 10-6. Sitting on a 2-game skid, the Jets had to go into one of the most hostile environments in all of football and take on one of the powerhouses in the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This was a really clean game. Sanchez got out of whatever the hell he was in the last 2 games and played pretty well, but most importantly, didn't turn the ball over. And the Jets bounced back with a huge win over the Steelers, 22-17. New York had to travel to Chicago the next week, who was winning the NFC North at the time. Man, the NFL gave the Jets a tough schedule. They came up short 38-34, but by that point, the Jets had already clinched their playoff spot, and after taking care of the Bills in the regular season finale, it was playoff time. And they are starting off right where they ended last year. The wild card matchup sent the New York Jets right back to Lucas Oil Stadium in a revenge game against Peyton Manning and the Colts. Just like last year, the Jets have started off the first half pretty well defensively, but Manning being Manning, he's going to light the secondary up right here and connect with Pierre Garçon for a touchdown. Yeah, Rex is chewing these guys out. On the Jets' final possession of the first half, Dustin Keller is going to get covered downfield, maybe a little too physically. Twice. I don't know, you make the call. They could have called pass interference, but nonetheless, Sanchez is going to throw it right to Justin Tyron. And that's going to end the first half. New York's got the ball to start the second half, and Sanchez is going to go back to Keller, this time for a 3rd down conversion. At the goal line here, and that is LaDainian Tomlinson that's going to punch it in and put New York on the board. Yeah, the Jets picked up LT in the offseason. Next possession for the Colts here on 3rd and 1, and that is Big David Harris making the stop, forcing the Colts to kick a field goal. Jets 3rd down here, and Sanchez is going to flip it to LT, and that is a huge first down. Another 3rd down, and Sanchez is going to roll out, scramble, and move the chains. 3rd and goal, and yeah, just give it to LT. Easy money. Jets lead 14-10. Colts moving the ball here, and what kind of play call is that on 3rd and 7? My gosh. Vinatieri's going to make this chip shot and cut it to 1. 3rd down here, Sanchez is looking deep, and it is overthrown. He had Braylon Edwards open, and now you've got to punt the ball to Peyton Manning with 2 minutes left. And he's doing exactly what you would expect. He's moving the ball. The Jets are going to force a 3rd down incompletion, but they've got to hope that one of the greatest kickers of all time is able to shank this one. That is not going to happen. Vinatieri drains it. Colts lead 16-14. 53 seconds left, and Antonio Cromartie is going to bust through a hole on the kickoff and set up Mark Sanchez at the 46. Here we go. Sanchez is going to dart it to Edwards to start the drive, and next play, he's going to find Santonio Holmes to move the chains, and he's going to get out of bounds. 29 seconds left. Sanchez is going to lob it up to Edwards, and he's going to come down with it. All the Jets have to do is set up for an easy game-winning field goal, and they are moving on. Nick Folk, as time expires, sweet revenge. The New York Jets have defeated Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Unbelievable game-winning drive. For the 2nd year in a row, the Jets are headed to the divisional round out of the wild card. And they are going back to Foxborough. Hopefully they don't get blown out 45-3 this time. New England is 14-2 and haven't lost since week 9. First quarter here, play action screen for the Patriots, and that is picked off by David Harris. What was Brady doing? Harris, with a lot of green in front of him, is going to take this pick all the way inside the 15. The Jets are not going to make anything out of this pick because that is no good from Folk. New England's going to go up a field goal, and on 3rd down here, Sanchez is going to connect with Braylon Edwards for a big gain. Edwards has been a beast this playoffs, man. 2nd and goal, LT is going to catch this out of the backfield, and the Jets have let the Patriots know they are here to play. The Jets seem to have Brady a little rattled because he's going to miss this easy pass to Gronk, and another one on the next drive. The Patriots attempting to punt here, and I can't tell if this was a bad snap or a terrible attempt at a fake, but the Jets are not having it, and they're going to try to put some more points on the board before the half. Sanchez is going to drop back, and guess who? None other than Braylon Edwards. Touchdown. Jets go up by 11 going into halftime. First drive of the 2nd half here, and the Jets say, no, sir, Green Ellis is stuffed. But the Patriots are going to start to pick things up, and Brady is finally going to be able to connect with Gronk here for a big gain. At the goal line here, Brady is finally going to end the drive with a score, gets it to Kumpler to cut the lead. 2-point conversion here, direct snap to Sammy Morris, and he walks in. New York's got to respond here, and Sanchez finds Cotchery over the middle, and down the sideline, he's going to go. He is stopped inside the 10. 3rd down here, Sanchez is going to lob it, and Santonio Holmes, my God! Something about this dude being able to get all toes in bounds, right? 4th quarter, and the Patriots are in trouble. 3rd down here, Brady's got all day to throw, and absolutely nobody is open. 4th down here, and once again, Brady cannot connect. Up by 2 possessions, it's time to work the clock for the Jets. On the punt return, I'm sure you all know who that is. Julian Edelman is going to set Brady and company up with a short field. The Patriots take it down to the warning, and Gostkowski's going to cut it to 1 possession. Onside kick attempt here, and Cromartie is going to pick up some yards here on the return. Not what you wanted if you're New England. Probably worst case scenario. Handoff to the outside to Sean Green, and night-night, Brady. The Jets are going back to the AFC Championship. Look how freaking fired up Rex is, man. And big shout out to this Jets offensive line. They have been absolutely whooping New England's defensive front. The Patriots scored a late touchdown, but it was too late. And the New York Jets, after getting absolutely embarrassed in this same stadium, have returned in the playoffs and ended the Patriots season. Wow. This was definitely one of Sanchez's best performances. The numbers aren't crazy, only 194 yards, but throwing 3 touchdowns and no interceptions in the playoffs, very impressive. But the Jets are not satisfied with getting to where they were the season before. This time around, they want to get to the biggest stage, the Super Bowl. And in their way was the Pittsburgh Steelers, in the same place where the Jets beat them in the regular season. Pittsburgh moving the ball pretty easily on the first possession, and on 3rd and long here, very uncharacteristic for the Jets defense to let Ben scramble, and Mendenhall's going to punch this in. Next possession for the Steelers, 4th down, Roethlisberger's going to throw, and it's picked off. It wouldn't be a Jets playoff game without the defense forcing a turnover. But on the next Steelers drive, Mendenhall is going to break loose for a big gain. So far, the Steelers have 149 total yards, while the Jets only have 22. After a Steelers field goal, Sanchez looks out on 3rd and 7, and man, is he rattled. This feels like the first time since the second half of last year's AFC Championship, where the Jets defense is just getting dialed. And Ben's going to find Mendenhall out of the backfield, and the Steelers are threatening once again. Another touchdown, and the Jets have blinked, and they are down by 3 possessions. It's not just the defense getting bullied, though. Pittsburgh is enforcing its will on Mark Sanchez, and on 3rd and very long here, he gets murked on the corner blitz. Pittsburgh is going to scoop it up, score, and it looks like this might be the end for the New York Jets. But they're not ready to give up yet, as Sanchez drives them down the field to field goal range before the half, and the Jets put points on the board. 3rd down here on the first possession of the second half, and that is caught by Holmes for a first down against his former team. Sanchez is going to roll out here on 1st down, and look out, he's got Santonio Holmes deep. It's caught, touchdown. The Jets have cut it to 14. Next possession for the Steelers, Roethlisberger looks downfield. That is picked off by Brodney Poole, and the Jets defense give it back to the offense. Sanchez doesn't make anything happen, but on the next drive for the Steelers, Roethlisberger is going down. Huge connection down the middle on 3rd down here to Keller, and the Jets need to capitalize on this possession. We've got 4th and 1 here, and Green is going to keep the drive alive. 3rd and 2, a bubble screen to Kotri is going to set up 1st and goal. 4th and goal at the 1. This would cut it to 1 possession, and LT is stuffed. Man, that's tough. Pittsburgh takes over at its own 1, and Ben has trouble with the snap, and that is a safety. Wow. I can't lie, that was pretty good recognition from Ben to just fall on it instead of trying to pick it up and do too much. Maybe fumbling in the end zone, and the Jets pick it up and score. Down by 12 with 7 minutes left. This has to be a touchdown drive for the Jets. And on 1st and 10, that is going to be complete on the sideline to Braylon Edwards. Nice throw from Sanchez. 4th and 1, and Sanchez is going to find Edwards again. Ice in their veins, baby. 2nd and goal, and Kotri is going to get open on the out route, and we have a ball game, everybody. Only down by 5, all 3 timeouts with the 2-minute warning. The Jets have to get a stop. That is unfortunately not going to happen. After an Antonio Brown first down, the New York Jets come up short in the AFC Championship for the 2nd year in a row. A great effort to come back and make this a game, but a 24-0 deficit was too much to overcome. Truly a damn shame. And for the New York Jets, this night in Pittsburgh would be the last time they would be taken seriously by the rest of the NFL. Because the next not 1, not 2, not 3, but 15 years, they are going to be one of the most horrible, terrible, garbage, never even come close to a championship franchise in all of sports. The magic that Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez were able to capture in 2009 and 2010 was nothing but a distant memory come 2011, as the Jets did not get back to the playoffs in the Ryan Sanchez era again. There were a lot of factors on why the Jets just completely imploded, but I really don't feel like getting into that. Just know they were absolutely terrible. Sanchez became one of the first memes of NFL internet and was not a New York Jet by the time 2014 rolled around. As for Ryan, he was fired in 2014, and the Jets coaching experiments since Ryan have all failed. This one play right here sums up the Jets since 2011.
More than in Indianapolis, the offensive coordinator, you got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit, the ball is loose, and it's alive.
I have never seen this before in my life. Watch this. Vince Wilfork is going to throw Brandon Moore back into his quarterback. He's going to fumble the football. This is what Reggie White used.
The Jets have not been back to the playoffs since 2010, and they've only had 1 winning record since. It's been rough for the Jets these last 15 years, but they will always have those 2 times. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video.